So good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our Monday night connection. And those of us who are joining us here, it's beautiful. And thank you, Sol, for hosting. And no, not this time. But it's beautiful to see us together. But again, the one thing I would like to mention is that as a group, we want to awaken the togetherness. And please, that the light that meant to be shared with my soul for my life, what I need right now, I want to take that as a collective and send it to places in the world that you feel they need that light. There's many places under siege, under war, under distractions. There's many people in this world that's suffering. And you probably know about them or know where they are. And so if you can take that light that we are about to reveal today with the study, with this teaching of Kabbalah, and really meditate those people, we can actually really help from a different level, from a different place. So that's been said, I want to connect to this week's energy, which we know last week we spoke about it. Moses went to the mountain, receiving the 10 commandments and utterance. We spoke about it. I don't want to go back, but now we are dealing with different story. And the story starts in a way of, the word says, Ve'ela mishpatim. These are the judgment, or these are the literally means sentences, but these are the judgments that you put in front of them. Asher tasim lifneim, that you're going to put in front of them. What does it mean? So now he's going into many details in this week. This week's energy goes to many details that none of us that read it will be or desire to connect to the Bible, to the Torah this way, because it's very harsh judgments, a lot of judgments. You do this, you disrespect this, you're gonna die. You don't doing this, you're gonna die. Everything is like very harsh, very cruel. If you read it, for many people who have a weak heart, don't read it, right? Because it's not of these weeks that is like a nice story, loving and all of that. But why is that, according to Kabbalah, according to the Zohar, according to the wisdom, why is so harsh? And the truth of this week and the secrets of this week, it's all the secrets of reincarnation. That's what it's about. That's why it's so harsh, because with reincarnation, you can say, I believe, I don't believe, it exists, it doesn't exist, prove me, and all of that. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It's a clear like daylight or night. Reincarnation is a system. So again, I'm going to speak a little bit about it, but this is what he speaks about. All the judgment that you bring into your life today based on what you've done or didn't do in a previous lifetime. Like, again, I don't want to go yet into that because I want to share with you the overruling, the picture of what it means, great energy, what I want to get out of it. Okay, and then we're going to go into a little bit more, more detail. So it says, Sheshanim Tavod, meaning you're going to take a slave and he's going to work for you, and in the 7th day you let him free. There's many different part here. But the instruction here asking, either you are a slave, you have a slave, or you are a slave, or you are a master, or you have a master, right? Adon or Eved, a master or a slave or a servant, in different ways of how we can look at it. So he said, Ele mishpatim, these are the judgments. But if you learn about this world, about this physical world, so judgment is mean also this TV, right? I said that this is a TV, right? It's a judgment call, right? This is, today it's Monday night. That's a judgment call, right? What does it mean judgment? Fragmentation. That's what I mean judgment. Judgment means I put a frame, I put a divider. So this is how I connect it. And again, from the light point of view, from the creator point of view, there is no judgment. There is no limitation. Therefore, there's no judgment. Therefore, for those of us who think there is a God who curse, who give us a trouble because we misbehave or we didn't give or we have all of that, nothing, it cannot come from above because it's all endless. So there's no judgment. Judgment is fragmentation, limitation. So this is the world of judgment. And therefore, that doesn't mean that, oh, you know, somebody's judging you based on how you behave. And that's not what we're talking about. Even that is you saw a fraction of the action. You didn't see what came before and what effect that action have. So it is judgment. But another thing it's important to, if you learn the language, the word mishpatim is not just judgment. It's also mishpat, which is sentence. When you write a sentence, it's the same word, right? So sentence is like almost, I mean, how big a sentence should be. And the idea is, Ela mishpatim asher tasim lifnehem. This is the reality that the Creator puts in front of you. This is the reality that you need in front of you. That's what it means. Mishpatim, it means each individual, it's a whole conversation. Let's say you and I had interaction in some time. And we stopped the conversation yesterday, and now today we're continuing, right? It's the same sentence. We're just continuing, right? The same idea you have with the Creator. The Creator speaks to you from day one. The fact that you don't listen, that's something else, or you don't know what's been said, that's something else. But it's keep talking to you. You just need to be able to see what's in front of me. What is lifnehem? What's in front of me? So now, the Kabbalist instructor says, okay, if you look at this reality, ask yourself, are you a slave to this reality? Or you are master over this reality? What are you? First of all, you have to establish a relationship with this reality. In this world, do you feel like slavery or do you feel like a mastery? Meaning I am master of my destiny, of my life, of my journey, of every circumstance that comes to me, I'm in charge of it. Or slavery, you know, catching up, you know, getting this, getting more money, getting more houses, everybody's getting married and I don't have kids and I'm already old and it's done, my life, right? This slavery of what? All kind of addiction, slavery of you know, running after something, right? What is it? Is the reality controlling me or I control the reality? This is why we came into this world. So if we're talking about reincarnation, this reality is an effect of previous lifetime. So technically what you're experiencing today is just an effect. The question is how you deal with it, how you look at it, how you use it to your advantage. That's what we want to learn. The fact that you are here and you are dealing with the affected reality of that previous lifetime was definitely one of the things that you created and you decide to come here again. And therefore we need to deal with what's going on now, how to deal with it. How to deal with this reality, either as a servant of this reality or as a master of this reality. That's the question. So when he says, Asher tasim lifnehem, that you're going to put in front of them, the reality that you put in front of them, because in our reality, it's not like every other, I mean, my reality, what I see in front of me every day or every week of it, it's not the same as what you do, what you see, right? Well, or when I'm looking at the screen, I see something else than you looking at the screen. So in my reality, the Creator really geared everything into what and how it can help me. So you have to ask yourself, lifnehem, it's in front of me, but the code that he says lifnehem, it's the word lepnehem, lepnimiem, lapnim shelem, to the inner. The word lifnehem, it doesn't mean just in front of you, right? It also means to your face. Lipnehem, panim is face, but it's also the word pnim, inner. So what the instruction that the Kabbalists give us is that everything that you look in front of you, it has to be inside of you first. That's the rule. That's a very Kabbalistic rule that we're working on all life. What you see in front of you It's there because it's inside of you. What you don't like outside of you is there because you don't like something inside of you. Everything. And if you don't look at life this way, you're already disconnected from this life. You're already disconnected. You have to come back again. You didn't get the message, right? So he says, what is the idea? The Creator gives you so many details, so many stories, like a story about that individual, and then you hear stories in the news, and then you hear a story that happened there and happened there. You have to ask yourself, wait a second, bless you. How did I experience? What is the connection to me? Because if I see it, oh, but I'm not the only one who saw it. It doesn't matter. You saw it. It exists within you. Why? Because you can use it to your growth, your transformation, and there is something about you that can help the situation. There's two ways. One, I grow. Two, I help. You understand? Every situation, you have to look at it this way. And then he says,
are those either or both?
Both, but at a certain time, you know.
Yeah.
We're going to speak more about it. And if you have any questions, please remember to ask me in the end. Don't want to pause this. So he says that a person can live in this world and thinking, you know what, that's what God wants for me, or that's what the universe telling me. It's really, there's one mission to all of us, to become our master of our reality. Any other way, you just put it aside. Any other way, put it aside. Because it's not of what you came here to do. And again, I'm not saying that you have to be a boss of a company, okay? Or you cannot be an employee. That's not what we're saying. You're still in charge of everything that's going on in your life, good or bad. That has to be the mindset. And then he says, the Kabbalist said, when he says lifnehem, in before you, remember, practical way of living life. If something is already happened, don't ever respond to it. Don't respond to what happened. But what do you mean? Somebody to do something about it. Wait a second. It's really a question. That's where everything shifts. It's almost like a nuclear, almost like, you know, like a hair size of a fraction between you missed the point and you totally got it. It's how you respond to situation, because if you understand, something already happened. So again, you can do it with drama. You can do it with everybody look at me, how everything is bad. Or you can look at me and like you can look at the situation as, you know what, I'm not going to tell anybody. I don't want anybody to know. I'm going to hide it. Being weird about it, right? Depend. Either everybody should know or I'm hiding it, right? It's how you respond to situation changes the trajectory of your life. And it's every single day. Every single day. So now, that being said, if we understand that this world is the world of the effect, it's only a result, because everything that you see here, it started with a thought, right? My friend have this apartment. That apartment was in his thought, right? Before it was there, before we were here, but in the thought of the person who got this apartment, we are already here in that moment, already in the buying of the apartment. We're already here. That's already established. So when we're here right now, it's just the effect of what was established in the seed level, right? So we have to make sure that whatever experiences we have in this world that happened all of a sudden, responding to them, you bury information that is a crucial information to your movie, to your reincarnation, to why you are here now. Okay? So that's the first big picture. And then from here, we're going to start bringing into a different, deeper layer. So the second part I want to connect to is it's a bit I'm going to simplify that, but it's such an important work every single day that each one of us want to do, right? Again, some people, they like to pray every day. That's good. Some people like to meditate every day. That's great. But all of those things that you do, or you do your practice, your stretches, your meditation, your whatever it is that you do, it's great. Keep doing it. But you also need to bring down a practicality, which means, and I will say it, and again, I'll say it, and again, you're going to understand what I mean by that. There is a verse in the Torah this week, and it says, "Rak shivto iten, rak shivto iten verafo yerafeh." It says that, that there's each one of us, again, you know what, I'm going to share with you, it's a very interesting idea. Literally mean is that they say to one of the instruction is, if you go to a doctor, by the way, there wasn't any doctor, it was a healer. Rofeh, it's not a doctor, it's a healer, merapeh. You never really, I said many times, anybody go to a hospital and says, can you heal me? No, we don't have healers. Can I talk to a healer? No, it's not a place for healer. It's a place for doctors, right? No, it's meant to be a healing place, not sick people, right? Obviously, the consciousness is already the problem. But here he says, if you go to a healer and he didn't help you, you don't pay him. Have you ever went to a doctor and said to the doctor, I'm not going to pay you unless, let's see if it works. Yeah, if it works, I pay. That's the rule. That's actually the rule. So imagine, if any other industry doesn't work this, right? If you buy, some people like cars, right? The company came up with a new version of the Ferrari, whatever, right? And you get this Ferrari, you pay $500,000, whatever, and you're sitting in the car, it doesn't work. I said, sir, it's okay, you got the car, it doesn't say it should work. You pay for it, but I didn't say it's gonna work, right? Why can't we do like this idea that if it works, I pay, right? So you pay for the car because it works. It faces so many years of work. Why do we pay today to doctors? You know why? Because how much medical school cost him? That's what you pay. What does he pay? What does he do? Right? What does he do? What did he do that you pay money for? He just learned. So you, instead of going learning, you pay for someone that already did the learning. It doesn't make sense to everybody. Simple. But I don't mind paying you. But do you know what you're doing? You're going to heal me? I'll pay you. So that's the rule. And that was taken by the Torah, right? And people, obviously, there's many, many different layers here. But what do we want to understand? Again, spiritually, it's completely different. Kabbalistically, it's completely different understanding here. So what is the Kabbalah says? First of all, this is where a doctor needs to receive permission to heal. You can go to the best doctor, the best healer, but they need permission to heal. That's what it tells you. If they don't ask for permission, a person might feel good, and then it's going to come back to them. That's very clear, because the doctor did not use himself as a channel. He just did because he needs some money, he needs some good resume, whatever it is. So let's understand spiritually what we need to learn from it and how each one of us can use this. Amazing. There are shalosh bchinot. There are three different aspects in the spiritual work. Okay, some people, as I said before, your practice, keep doing it. But Kabbalistically, there's a work to be done every single day. So what is the work that you want to connect it? Three phases or three aspects, three ways of work. Mitzvah, avera, vereshut. Good action, positive actions, negative actions, and a territory, or you call it permission, right? Let me understand what it means. When we're talking about every time if you're doing a positive action, what they call it they call it mitzvah. Mitzvah is a connection to the light. Anything that is inspire a good deed, that considered to be merchav makom hakdusha. It's the holy space that you create. So every time you're doing a good action, you create around you a holy space. What do you mean holy? Holy doesn't mean that you're pure and you're elevated. Holiness meaning you create continuity in your life with your energy. Second thing is called avera. Avera is a negative action. Anytime that we are engaged with negative behavior, negativity, right? We are in the territory of the negative side. We call the sitra acha, a different, a separate place out of this wall. You are technically not in this wall. Every time you are in, because you, what is avera? Many people think avera is violation, or call it, people doing negative actions. But the word avera is in religion, take it and make it what we call it a sin. I'm a sinner, or I'm this, or I'm that. Complete guilt trip to everybody. What is avera? What is avera? It meaning I take my light and I give it to the negative side. That's what it is. I take a precious light that I have and I decide to be negative. And I decide to judge that person. Okay, you took your light, what you generate today, and you gave it to the negative side. Now you're working to a complete different master. That's what you do. That's exactly like that. And what is the third aspect? He says, Verashut, and the territory, there is a territory. What do you mean territory? Or permission, right? Permission, meaning I have permission to live in this world. I mean permission. Ena mitzvah and ve'ena avera. It's not a negative or a positive action. No, it's a what we call dead zone, right? Or the in between. אלא היא מקום המערכה שעליה נלחמים הקדושה והסטרה. So there is a territory that the negative side and the positive side of you, not there is no talking about the devil and all of these stories. No, we're talking about us. Within me, there is a territory for positive and negative, right? But there's also a place where it's not bad and it's not good. And this is the war every day. The fight every single day is about that territory. Is the neutral zone territory, right? It's the dead zone. It's something that nothing going under depend on the individual. Do you understand? There is a space within us that every single day your soul, your heart, your intention fight with negativity, down, and all kind of worse things like that. So what do we want to do every day? He says, כאשר אדם עושה דברי הרשות ואינו מייחד אותם אל הקדושה. When you're doing something that you're allowed to do, it's not a mitzvah, it's not a good deed, or it's not a bad deed. For example, you drink water. Is it bad? Is it good? Right? No, it's not bad. It's not good. It's okay. It's good. It's nothing really affecting the world or doing damage to the world, right? I drink water. But when you drink water, even that, right? You need to meditate that drinking this water is going to help me do more positive action. I'm meyached, I'm taking this action that is permission, right? And I'm meditating that drinking of the water, the connection to the water, obviously, if you're thinking about water, it's life, it's energy, whatever you think of, and you dedicate them to the positive aspect, right? To now I'm drinking, now I can talk, right? So I'm drinking now only because I want to share with you. Otherwise, my throat will hurt and all of that, right? So I'm drinking just so I can share. Or you can drink for myself alone, right? I don't care. It's just for me. So you see, the same action. You took the territory or the permission to drink water, which is not good or is not bad, and I can dedicate it to what we call the holy system. Now, this action can be used as a channel for me to draw more light into my life. And like that, there's so many others that every day there's a fight over the territory. So your negative side says, eat for yourself. And the Torah, you want to designate that type of food or whatever that you eat, I'm going to eat because it's going to help me to do more good deeds. I need the energy to do more and I want to help more people. As opposed to, I'm eating for myself and only me and only my needs. What do you do? The Kabbalah says, נופל המקום ההוא לרשות הסטרא אחרא. Meaning that place, that territory, been taken by the negative side. Why is that important? Okay, so the negative side ruling my life. Anybody wants it? Of course they don't. But slowly, you want to take over the territory, which is the zone that nobody is fighting, taking over unless you designate every action to them. And that being said, ומכאן שניתנה רשות לרופא לרפות, וששם מקום המערכה בין מצווה לעבירה, meaning, when comes the moment, why is it important to fight for the territory? Because who knows what do you need to heal tomorrow? Who knows what energy you need in order to, to make your life better tomorrow? Therefore, if you don't designate everything into the positive side, everything that you do is to help me to increase more capacity, to do more, to be more of service. Everything I'm doing, I'm designating to the Kedusha, to creating continuity in life. Then, if something that you need permission to do, meaning to heal, to solve a problem to someone, you're going to have children, you're going to need to solve business issues, so you have money, you have to solve them school issues. Now you have the right. If you're going to ask, let's say, for example, I'm going to ask now, okay, because I have that territory is all ruled by the positive side now in my life, now I have permission to ask. But if it's all negativity, all judgment, I don't want that negative, being so down, being so miserable in life, you designate everything you do into the negative side, and now you don't have any permission to do anything because it's always taken by the negative side. So imagine, even people don't know this information. So let me give more examples. So maybe after we're going to get more example of what we're doing. But if you go to work, right? Go to work. Why am I going to work? What's the point? Why? So I can be more of service. So I can be more a productive human being. Everything you need to designate for the sake of revealing light, for the sake of sharing, for the sake of helping, for the sake of giving, for the sake of bringing more light into this world. That's the idea, okay? Because you don't have to, but you doing it willingly, and therefore it gives you the permission to heal, to solve business issues that you don't need. You don't need a guru, you don't need a rabbi, you don't need anyone to help you. You can do it. But the reason we're not able to do it, because we designate most of us to the selfish part of us, to what I think it is, and to not open to new ideas, not open to new revelation. You working for the negative side. And that's how your life look like. So we want to change it. Why? Because this is why we came here. We failed past lifetime, right? And now you come again. You have to fight for that territory. That's what we're doing. And that's how you're going to gain information of why you're here again. What's your purpose in this reincarnation? Third, and I'm going to give you 3 tools right now. When speaking about reincarnation, okay, the simple way I'm explaining is I'm using my phone. I cannot use the phone, but when you take your phone, let's say you bought the new iPhone, whatever, 14, right? It's 14 now, right? Okay, so now I have 13. Wow, outdated, right? So what happened? I have my account on my phone. So if I go and I buy a new phone, right? What am I doing? Am I transferring what? The actual physical phone? No, information, air. I'm just transferring air, or service, you call it, right? You transfer from the old phone to the new phone. Now everything is the same, right? You have the same service, you have the same information. You just transfer it and then you continue with the iPhone 14, you call it, okay? Same thing when a person leaves this world. All the information is stored, right? There's a cloud. And then when a person like born again, it's signaling to the universe, like, and then the what do we call the satellite find the information, and then from the cloud download to that baby, and as he's growing, he can accumulate more. Very simple. And it's going on and on and on and on, right? This is over and over and over, and hopefully we don't, this is the last time to everybody. So first, speaking of reincarnation, believe it or not, it's really not the discussion now. Test it, because I said don't believe a word I'm saying to you. From the beginning, I'm telling you this. So it's not about that or this. It's for everything don't believe, try it. Start receiving information about it from the universe. So one thing you want to establish with yourself, everything that I'm seeing today, nothing is new. I will say it again. Whatever you're looking at in your life, wow, it's a new thing. Nothing is new. Nothing is new. Why? Because I don't know what's the reason that brought that now in my life, but I know it's already happened. So it's, you understand? Once again, let me go back again. If let's say you met somebody today, right? You don't know what, you don't know how, you don't know where they came from, right? You met them. That is already history. You cannot look at that. Oh, I wonder, are they my soulmate? Are they the next business deal? Are they gonna get me my new position? What are they gonna get from me? No. Many people thinking about what's in it for me, right? Look at that in what's in it for you, meaning from why did I bring that individual to my life today? It's not new. That person or that interaction is not literally the same person. You understand? It's not, the phone can be different, but it's the same information. So remember that. So right in front of you today, when you're standing in front of somebody or when you have an interaction with someone, that's already happened. Therefore, if I think it's like, oh, what happened? Or it's a new thing, or you look at it, it's like, wow, I don't know why that. Pause. Remember, it's the history right now. I'm looking at history. Therefore, if I react to history, I become history. Information is in history. And what about if I look at the picture and say, oh, wow, if I'm going to meet with them and they're going to introduce me to this and they're going to change my life? No. You're wasting your time. Because it's the next reality is open based on your decision now in that moment. It's really waiting for you, and if you fall into it and you react to it, it's going to continue the same way. Or if you change the movie, by first of all realizing that whatever happening like in front of me already happened. I cannot respond to that. I need to investigate. Wait a second. What is it within me? Remember, we started this way. So the steps are very simple. Step number one, don't ever react because it's the effect. and you don't respond to effect, because you become effect of an effect. You're not the cause of your life anymore. You're not the cause. You cannot really connect to a new information. You cannot bring new information and share with you how the future will be. You all repetitive, boom, again and again, like robotic, until you pause for everything, good and bad. Right? Think about it. Don't respond. Why? Same thing in life. The reason I am here today is because of previous lifetime. I'm an effect of a previous lifetime. Previous lifetime was the cause. This lifetime is the effect. So I'm a living, breathing effect. So how do I know to become the cause? If I don't pause, I'm part of the train who's going for years until you learn Kabbalah and until you stop the vicious cycle. And you can do it every single day. You don't have to wait until you're going to be in a certain stage and all of that. So what are the steps? First, remember, don't respond because it's a result. And result makes you an effect, and therefore you cannot attract information. Step number 2 is what? Let go of wanting to know or needing to know why. You have to let go. But Benjamin said not to react. What am I going to do? That's the idea. It's not always about something to do. It's about consciousness, my friends. And what the Kabbalah says, you don't respond, but you definitely don't, again, let go of any desire that I have and desire from that moment. But I want to be a victim, but I want to use it to tell them how life is bad, but I want to tell, no. But look what they did, no. I want to warn people, no. Don't. Let go. Let go of responding to that or any desire to solve it. Very important. For a second, you tell me to don't respond, and then you tell me to let go. Yes. Because the fact that somebody says, I'm not going to react, it doesn't mean that he's not reactive inside and bubbling inside and become like, a ticking bomb. That's not what we're saying. To let go, to loosen the grip of the need of an answer, of a response, or what we call it, to fall into a victim consciousness because of that. Let go of the victim consciousness. Let go of that solving the problem. Let's go get rid of it, or let's go of running away. You don't respond and you let go of all the need inside. It's not external, my friend. It's an internal work. And then after you let go and you feel like, wow, I don't even need to respond. I don't even need to, right? Then you ask yourself, how do I use this situation, this interaction, to increase being a master over my life? Or that is going to be slavery for me? Because you can be a slave of every situation. How slavery? Take a last bad interaction you had with somebody, all night you are a slave to that thoughts running in your head and you can't even sleep. You wake up and like thinking about it, right? You know what I'm talking about? When you hurt somebody, or when somebody tells you, no, we're gonna fire you, or maybe come, the time to say, no. Everybody like when they hear I need to talk to you after. Anybody? Do you like it? Hate it. Depends also who, right? If somebody that, like, don't do it to me. Just tell me now. Just tell me now. No, right? Most of us like that. Why? Being in suspense, right? That's what's drive us crazy. But if you don't let go, that's going to drive you crazy. So you have to use it. Either I'm master of my life or I'm slavery for this situation. I'm in charge over this situation that's happening. I'm not going to be slave to the thoughts that comes and generate through this miserable moment. I'm pausing my reaction. Absolutely, it's an effect already. I need to figure out the cause for that. to however long it's going to take. Okay, but constant work. So I think it's enough with the 3 points, and again the big picture. But I want to remind you, my friends, this is an information that coming this week cosmically is to give you understanding, connection, why you came back again. And it's available this week. Any other week, you have different work to do, different meditation and different layers. But this week is for free. Absolutely for free. You just need to really catch it in the right time. Again, remember, seize the moment. The moment is a hair of a size. You react, you lost. You respond, you buried information. It's going to come back again. But please be very, very sensitive to everything that's happening. Everything. This week is about finding your reason of coming back again to this world with every interaction. Okay? Last thing, Kabbalah is one of the beautiful Kabbalists, Baal Shem Tov speaks about that. This is also dealing with all the judgment around money, around your sustenance. So really pay attention this week, whatever happened yesterday, today is Monday. That's why I want to do these classes on as close as we can to the week, so you have enough time to really evaluate how you look at yourself, how you deal with. Also, money is also going to come up, that either you owe from previous lifetime, or someone stole from you, or you did something around money, or you saw it this way, you had too much lust around it, you had too much greed around it, or you gave it too much free, all that. Please pay attention. It's also an aspect that is awakened this week, so learn about it. Thank you so much for joining us. Please share it, click like if you like it, and share the experience. Thank you so much, everyone.